Hello viewers, welcome to VrushuRaj classes YouTube channel. If you are a student of class 10 and going to appear board exam this year, then this video is going to be very helpful for you. Because in this video, I am going to tell you top 20 questions of mathematics. Yes, these questions are not any random questions, but we can say the frequency of these questions is very high. So if your intention is to score best marks, 100 out of 100 or at least 90 plus, if you wish to score in mathematics, then this video is going to be very helpful for you. So I request all the students of class 10 to watch all the 20 questions properly. Means you have to watch this video properly till end to understand which type of important questions are asked and from which topic. So let's start with our top 20 questions. The first question is from chapter Real Numbers. Now from real numbers, there are two sure questions. The one is based on HCF and LCM. We know that there is a specific relationship between the numbers and their HCF and LCM. So one question is based on this relation between HCF and LCM of the numbers. Then the next question, which is 101% sure question, is prove that root 2 is an irrational number. Now in place of root 2, they may ask root 3 or even root 5. The steps are same. The only thing is you have to make some minor changes when the number changes here. So these two questions are 100% sure question from the chapter Real Numbers. Now the next third important question is from the chapter Polynomials. Now here what type of question they ask is find the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So even this is 101% sure question in your board exam in mathematics paper. Now let's move to the next question. Now the next three questions, that is 4th, 5th and 6th, are from our chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. So in this case, one word problem. One word problem is 100% sure, which is based on this pair of linear equation which we have to solve. We have to read the problem, form the equation and find the required answer. Then the next question is solve the pair of linear equation by any method. It can be by elimination method or substitution method, but you have to solve the given pair of linear equation. Then one more question from this chapter is the relation between the coefficient of the variables and the nature of the lines, or we can say whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent. We know that there is a specific relation between the coefficient and what is going to be the nature of lines, whether they are going to be intersecting, parallel, or the lines coincide with each other. So depending on the variables, we can find this nature of lines. So these three questions are sure questions from this chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. Now the next three questions comes from our chapter quadratic equation. The interesting question asked from this chapter is find the nature of roots. We know that the discriminant of the quadratic equation helps us to find out the nature of the roots, means b square minus 4ac. So the value of b square minus 4ac decides whether the roots are real, imaginary, equal. So we have to find this. Then the next one more sure question from this chapter is word problem. Yes, they give word problem. We have to read the problem, form the required quadratic equation and get the answer. And one more simple question but 100% sure question is solve the given quadratic equation. So if they mention that solve by formula method, then and only you have to go for formula method, or else straight away you can solve by our regular method, that is by splitting the middle term. This is the easiest method to solve the quadratic equation. But if they mention, yes, you have to go for the formula. If they don't mention anything, you can solve it by any method. So these three questions are important from this chapter quadratic equation. Now let's see from which chapter is our question number 10. Now our question 10, 11 and 12 are from the chapter arithmetic progression. Even this is very important and interesting chapter. So the 300% sure questions from this chapter are, one question is based on the AN formula, means find the nth term of AP. Means based on this formula, one question is sure question from this chapter. And one more question is based on SN formula, means sum up to n terms. Here the weightage of these questions is more. Yes, the questions can be asked even for the 4 marks. So you have to be perfect in these 2 simple formulas to solve the questions based on this arithmetic progression chapter. And one more thing is, again here, word problem. Yes, again one word problem will be asked from the chapter AP, that is arithmetic progression. You know how to solve the word problem. Yes, we have to read the problem, form the equation and get the answer. We have exclusively one video where I have explained how to solve the word problems, how to crack the word problems and how to score 100% marks in the word problems. Now let's move to the next question. Now the next 3 questions are from the chapter triangles. In chapter triangle, there is one important theorem, that is BPT, basic proportionality theorem. Apart from that, we have the criteria of similarity, that is AAA, SSS and SAS. So from this, one theorem is 100% sure in the board exam. Apart from that, we are going to get the sums. Yes, the questions based on this. That one is going to be on BPT and one is going to be on the similarity criteria. So here 3 questions are sure questions from this chapter, triangles. So far we have completed 15 questions, 5 more to go. So the next question is from one interesting and important chapter, that is trigonometry. In trigonometry, that is from the first part of the trigonometry, we can say one question, that is prove that LHS is equal to RHS, which is based on the identities from this chapter trigonometry. So one question which is based on the identity, that is prove LHS is equal to RHS, is 101% sure question. And next is based on the specific values. Means the specific values, that is 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 45 degrees. In textbook we have one chart which give the specific values. Yes. So one question based on the specific values for some special angles is going to be one question in your paper. So 2 questions are 100% sure questions from this chapter, that is Introduction to Trigonometry. Next chapter comes Application of Trigonometry. So one question, that is one word problem. Yes, one word problem is asked. We can also expect 5 marks questions from this chapter, that is Application of Trigonometry. But one question is 101% sure question from this chapter, Application of Trigonometry. Now the next question is from the chapter Statistics. Mean, median, mode. Yes, simple question. The given data, class interval and frequency, we have to find either mean, median or mode from that. Here we have also choice, that find this or that. So this is 100% sure question. If you are just perfect in the formula to find mean, median and mode, yes, easily you can solve this question. Now the last 100% sure question is from probability. They mention one random experiment in the sum and they ask you to find the probability of one particular event. Questions from this chapter are very easy. The only thing is you have to get the correct sample space, correct number of possible results, and then what is the event asked, what are the possible results for that particular event. If you just get these correct numbers, probability sum never goes wrong. So it is very easy to solve the sum of probability. These were just the top 20 questions which I told you in the paper. Yes, if you just focus on this, definitely it's going to help you to score best marks in your exam. And even if your intention is to score passing marks, yes, just focus on this main 20 questions. I assure you not only passing marks, but definitely you are going to cross 60% in your maths paper. Yes, so if your intention is to score best marks, or even if your intention is to score passing marks, this video is definitely going to help you. Apart from this, if you also want to know the possible questions from the other chapter or what are the other possible questions in maths paper, please drop your request in our comment box. We will definitely make a video on that. So hope you find this video very helpful. And of course, only watching video is not going to help. Only watching video is going to give you the idea of the possible questions. Now, the next job is to practice. Yes, you have to practice. Daily you have to practice at least 20 sums. And at least the old papers of the previous 5 years. You have to solve the question papers of last 5 years. If you just follow this, I assure you 100% marks in your maths paper. Now, if you find this video helpful, please do share this video among your friends. And to get the updates of such interesting and useful videos, don't forget to subscribe our channel, that is VrushuRaj Classes. So my dear viewers, my dear students, thank you so much for watching this video.